cut you off? Did you want to, well, from when I cut you off from first section, did you want to continue on what you were saying?
No, that's fine. I guess there's a couple callers on the line, so let's just go to them.
All right, so we'll go to our first caller on the line. That's Charles from Fredericton. Hello, Charles.
Troy, bonsoir, Blaine.
Bonsoir, Charles.
Bonsoir. You look under the weather. You got the flu. I think that's what happens when you shake hands at the State of the Province address.
Is
that's
that
why
what
I never
happens?
shake hands there.
I need to follow your lead there, don't I? Knuckles only.
David, that's why David was always sick. No, I just had to call because of the caller from St. John. You have an echo in the back. I just want to let you know. The caller from St. John was pressing about bilingualism, and I mean, let's face fact here. If everybody would have been treated equally 50, 60 years ago, we wouldn't be in this mess that we're in now. Now, je suis français. I'm a Leblanc. I'm not working, but je parle chiac, je parle français. And when you go to the limit, when you have a commissioner like Wayne Grant was fired because, or let go, or laid off, whatever you want to call it, because he couldn't speak 10 words of French, that really, really gets me upset. And then I talked to some members of the Société des Acadiens et Acadiennes du Nouveau-Brunswick. And, I try to talk to them, and the bottom line, what they look at me, they say, well, the English spit on us for years. Now is our turn to fight back. So we can't change the past. We've got to think of the future. But one issue I'd like to ask, I know we're supposed to talk about the budget. I don't want to change it into a language issue. It's just that call got my ADHD going. If elected premier, would you get rid of that language commissioner that costs about $500,000 a year to cause hardship between les Français et les Anglais ici au Nouveau-Brunswick?
Well, Charles, I think the purpose of the language commissioner was to help to bring harmony here in the province. And unfortunately, that particular situation that you referenced did certainly not do that. And so is the commissioner achieving the purpose would be my goal, as with any department in government or any office. Are they achieving the objectives of what's been set out for them? And are the objectives fair and reasonable to help promote the harmony within our province? And if they're not achieving the objectives, either the objectives change or the office changes. But my goal is to ensure that every office meets these objectives. Now, in the case of, I mentioned earlier, in the case of education, I think it's just appalling that we aren't graduating our kids fully bilingual in this province. And at this point, we have an issue there with such a low percentage of kids coming out of the Anglophone sector that are not bilingual after the 50 years that you referenced. It just shouldn't be. Something is wrong with our system if that's the case. And additionally, of course, we're eighth in the country in other areas of whether it be the literacy, science. We're just falling well behind, despite the money that's being poured into the system. So when I look at that, I'm saying, we're spending the money, but we're not getting the results. And education is a classic area. And for me, it's about getting teachers to take control, take ownership, and show the passion, which I know they have and want to be, but government has taken it away from them. And that's my real goal, is to let professionals help us get this province back on track and not have politicians invent solutions. And I'll continue to push that sort of agenda, and I want people to show me that they're getting the results and they're actually moving our province forward.
I'll make this right quick, then I'll let you go. But the bottom line, you could have French immersion. You could have French immersion in St. John. If there's no place to practice your French, you're going to lose it. It's just like your password on the computer. And going to the language commissioner, my final thought, her job is like the ombudsman, to make recommendation, not to say, well, this is the law, this is the way you're going to do it. Okay, I'm going to go walk the bridge and calm down. And Blaine, we'll talk to you later.
All right, Charles. Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling, Charles. Now, continuing on, your finance critic, Bruce Finch, mentioned